How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back to yet another review. A little bit of collab IPA time in the form of Melvin Brewing in collaboration with Devil Craft and Mondo Brewing Company. It is their BR-808, the Origin Workshop. Listen, first things first. I had my Melvin beers before. I never had any collabs before, but we get subtle distro. At least we did when I lived in PA. I'll get some of their beers here and there. But I haven't done one in a while. But I was farting around on the old social medias, and lo and behold, I come across this beer. And they made an homage to the TR-808. This is BR-808, the TR-808, which is their Roland rhythm composer drum machine, which is probably my favorite musical instrument ever to be invented in the history of mankind. I saw it, I went, holy shit, I need to get this. Asked around real quick. It was pretty much just in-state only, and I was lucky enough that Melvin actually sent off a can to me. Thank you very much. I can't wait to review this. I'm going to talk about this beer. I'm going to talk about the 808, the Roland 808 a little bit. So this is going to be one of your longer reviews. So if you just want to hear about the beer, then I don't know what to tell you. So what does it say in here? It says Origin Workshop BR-808, American IPA with a Japanese kick. Devil Craft, Melvin, and like I said, Mondo Brewing Company. On the side here, Origin Workshop. We create film and cultural content. This collaboration is a celebration of our love for the 808 and its booming influence in music culture. A supremely quaffable American-style IPA with a distinctively Japanese kick. I don't know if that Japanese kick is just because of 808 itself, or they put something in here with some kind of Japanese kind of herbs or any kind of hops or anything like that. And that'd be that. 7% alcohol by volume. Label-wise, it's fucking fantastic because it is essentially a font that you would find in an 808. So, what is an 808? 808, the rhythm composer, is a drum machine. It's an analog drum machine, and it is, to me, the king of kings when it comes to drum machines. Right around that time, you had a couple other predecessors to the 808, the CR-78, made very popular by Phil Collins, and a lot of like really old, like, Kraftwerk, kind of old school, kind of electronic people. What do we have here? Subtle haze, soft yellow haze, a little dirty glass mouth, even though I'll clean my stuff. Subtle yellow haze, pinky finger, barely off white head, a little bit of creaminess dissipating pretty quickly. So you have that older predecessor to that, and then Roland ends up coming out with the 808. And 808 just basically revolutionized music as far as I see it. I know a lot of people are into electronic music, but if you watch some of my reviews or watch some of my late night jams when I play around with like equipment and stuff like that, it just kind of revolutionized everything from Kraftwerk again to, you know what I mean, God, spacing on everything, P-Funkadelic to Tribe Called Quest, Carrots One, you know what I mean, all the old school Sugar Hill Gang, all those people used 808. It's that beautiful, fat, flabby, huge bass, that not that kick, not that 909 kind of hardcore kick. It's got that big, soft, engulfing. Maybe I'll put a little bit of music behind this one. I'll throw a little bit of like weird electronic music. That way I won't get a knock against YouTube or something like that. Throw it behind there. But it has this real soft, beautiful, warm fuzziness. Let's get a nose on her. Yeah, it has this. They might be using lemon drop hop in here because this is Japanese kick. I know lemon drop hop, I believe, originated in Japan, and I'm getting a big pop of lemon on here. So I'm getting that big lemon rindiness, but almost like a sprightly kind of carbonation. I can kind of feel it prickly against the nose, and it has this kind of brightness to it. A nice sweetness to it. There's a bittering to it. It's rindy, it's pithy. It's not so much green, especially in the nose, but it's there. It smells pretty nice. But, I mean, so many musicians created so many things, so many bits and pieces of lovely music, the 808 over the years, and it's an analog drum machine. Now, what's an analog drum machine? Let's take a sip. Ooh. Yeah, they have to be using, like, a lemon drop hop in here. If they're not, then that's just me kind of placebo affecting it. And I don't think that's the case. Getting that big lemon vibrance to it, while at the same time I'm getting a nice kind of pithiness, a little bit of zestiness in here. It's definitely running the game of the citrus. Lemon, lime, you're kind of getting that nice kind of bright orange on top, a little bit of grapefruit. It's running the tip tops of all those bright citrus fruits, getting almost even a subtle acidity to it. It has a nice sprightliness to it. Really fun carbonation, nice sweetness to balance it off. I think it's a really tasty beer. I went into this beer really excited about it, but at the same time I'm kind of reserved because I'm like, I don't want to just say it's good just because it's paying homage to the greatest musical instrument known to mankind outside the human voice, you know, obviously. But it's I think it's a really tasty beer. Is it a super haze bro, you know, butternut squash soupy thing? No, but what I think is a lot of old school, a lot of new school, and I think, you know, I'm assuming here they're kind of bringing that little bit of kind of lemon drop hop in there to kind of add a little bit of zing to it, which I'm not a big fan of lemon drop, but it kind of works in here. So I think it's a really tasty beer. Really well done. I dig it. So the analog drum machines, so I'm just going to keep doing this where I'm going to give you spouts of information. You're going to be like, God damn it, just talk about the beer. Analog drum machines are the best. Why? Just like analog synthesizers, you're bending energy. You know, a lot of synthesizers today are either pseudo-analog, synthetic analog, or just straight up digital, to where you're just getting recorded sound that's being manipulated and screwed with in some form or fashion. 808 and a lot of stuff before and after, whether it be, you know, the 909 from them or a lot of like older school stuff like polyphonic synthesizers like sequential circuits, their Pro 1 or, you know, their like their Prophet 5 and a lot of cool like even new school kind of like analog synthesizers like Buchlas and modulars and things like that. You're bending energy, you're taking wavelengths and you're bending them. When you bend them, you create sound, and that's kind of what the 808 did. It ended up having that super warm, welcoming sound, that just unique, fatty, delicious sound that you can only get from bending energy. It's the beginning and the end. It's like a beer that has rounded edges on it, like an old age, wonderful beer. That, you know, you get that richness, but the edges are just so rounded and so smooth, and that's where your digital and your analog kind of separate. Not that you can't create harshness with analog, I'm not saying that, but it has this kind of elasticity to it, especially the 808 and this roundness that is super warming, super welcoming. Kind of different than this beer. This beer is a bit more kind of striking, a bit more new school, but hey, it's a tasty beer. I'll tell you what, 808 was a tasty drum machine. So there you go. Let's talk about this beer. Is this one of the better IPAs I've had as of late? It's worthy of being in the conversation. And I say that because I do like the new school. I do like the hazy stuff. It tends to skew a little bit more for me. But as far as the non-hazy stuff, technically that's hazy, yes. But as far as the new school versus the old school versus the non-hazy stuff, as far as non-hazy beers go, it's probably one of the better ones I've had. It's drinkable, delicious, tasty, aggressive where it wants to be, and balanced where it should be. I think it's a really damn good beer. Value availability, I don't know. I got one can sent to me. Now I'm kind of pissed I only got one can. They said they were going to send two, but they only sent me one. Some bitches. Greedy. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like well-made, delicious, fun beers. This kind of reminds me a little bit of what the guys at Hop Butcher do out in Chicago. The hops are being used in a fun and meaningful way without being too predictive or too much of a facsimile of what everybody else is trying to do today beer-wise. So it tastes a lot of the old school, but a lot of the new school in a really pretty package. So if you like those things, or if you like the goddamn 808, then you'll love this sucker. So yeah. What else do I have to say about the 808? I don't know. All I know was it was one of the best pieces of musical instrumentation, let's go that word, to come around. And yeah, ever. I think it is. I don't know. I have a soft spot. I have an 808 in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I've used them over the years. And played with a lot of different drum machines, you know what I mean? Analog, digital, the whole nine. It's just always been the one that's really kind of been, you know, near and dear to my heart when it comes to like electronic music. So I mean, you guys, you can actually go back in the past of some of my videos, and you can find me playing records, not necessarily playing with gear, but playing records, a lot of like electronic music, things like that. You can actually hear me messing around with music and stuff like that. So if that stuff kind of interests you, and that's the thing, it's run all gamuts, it's run all genres. 808, you found everything from Nine Inch Nails to country to hip hop to rap to electronic music here and back again. You know what I mean? So it's such a versatile machine. For them to pay homage to it is, in my eyes, a pretty cool fucking thing. So I had to have the beer, and it's pretty cool that the beer kind of held up, because what was going to be a bummer if this beer kind of was poopy, and I had to be sing so happily about an 808, but also just not be so happy about a beer. But it definitely lives up to it enough to be worthy of have a can wrapped around it. And it's weird because you actually see some of this stuff actually pop up on a lot of breweries nowadays. You don't see a lot of like old school analog machines or electronic music pop up, but I know these guys have it on there. I know the guys down at DC Brow Brewing, they're big like in electronic music. I know the guys up Hudson Valley Brewing have had modular machines in some of their cans, so you see some of this stuff kind of popping up and around beer nowadays, and it kind of tickles me pink. So there you go. Super long kind of beer review, kind of me just reminiscing and waxing poetic about things I love. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully enjoying this beer right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.